So this is the dashboard that you see when you come into Flow. These squares don't take you anywhere. They just show you how many active projects you've got, projects in total, users, and completed projects. So the way that Foxflow works is very simple. We have the concept of projects. So I will show you the project list. So for each project you're working on, you create a project. Then within a project, we have the concept of tasks. So let me click on this eye icon, and now we're inside the project. And you can see that we have tasks here. So we can create a task, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then under each task, we have task updates. And with task updates, you can also put in links. You can see here I can put in a new update where I can optionally add a link if I want. Typically, the link is going to go to your own storage system. So it could be Google, could be SharePoint, could be Dropbox. So the documents that you may want to have a look at or include in your task updates for review are linked to like that. So that is really is as simple as that. We have project, task, and then task updates. However, what we do have within the concept of a task update is we have a task owner. And so, or in the concept of a task, we have a task owner. So for a task owner, it doesn't have to be the same person. So if a task is going to be undertaken by several people, and for example, a designer is going to work on something, and then when it's done, it's going to be passed to a copywriter. Once one person has finished their part, they can simply do the update, say, I finished, now I'm going to pass this to the next person, and then they can actually pass the task over by choosing whoever they want to now own that task. And so in terms of how we run Flowfox, this is it. It's as simple as that. Projects, tasks, task updates. Each project has a project owner, each task has an owner, and the owner can change on a task depending on who is currently working on that task. Or taking responsibility for the next stage in that task. So back here, we have two options in projects. We can add a new project, which I'll show you how to do in a second, or we can have the project list. So the project list has by default every project you've ever done, but you can do it by live projects. You can have a look at your completed projects. You can have all projects, and you can do it by project owner. So if I want to see how many projects Bailey is the owner of, because we have, that is not the task owner, that's the project owner. These are his projects. Underneath this, if I go in, there could be tasks that are set to other people. So I'll go back to the project list. So we could look at all of Bailey's completed projects. He doesn't have any, his live projects there. So as simple as that. For tasks, every task is linked to a project, but we can have a view of people's tasks. So if I want to see, for instance, all of Bailey's tasks, these are his live tasks. If I want to see all the tasks he's ever had, we've had here. If I want to see his completed tasks, again, same thing. And if I want to see the tasks that are overdue, we can see them here. So these are the tasks that are now past the date that they should have been done by. And then I can actually split that as well by specific projects. So I can see all the overdue tasks in that particular project. So let's go back to actually creating a project. So I can add a new project. So the project name, you can call it test project for demo. This project is simply to show how to create projects and tasks. I give it an owner, which I'll call myself, and we'll make this live. So that project is now in there. So I could look at it if I search by my projects. Here we go. And there it is, test project that we just set. So I'll now go into that project. Here it is. Now, as an admin, which I am, I can change the project owner. I can do it here. I won't do it this time. But if you're not an admin, you can't change project owner. So now I just want to add a task, simple as this. So the first task is show how to create a task. I would like that completed, so by 4th of next month. I'm going to allocate that to myself, and the task is live. So there we have it. That task is now there, show how to create a task. I can add a task update. So I can do it like this. I have prepared instructions in see link. I'll put the link here. There example link.com. I will now pass this task to Bitcoin. Please create an infographic using the details in the linked document. So I then add that task. There is the task, and I will pass this to Ikwan. That's now become his task, and you can see the messages there. So that's really as simple as that. That's the concept of creating a project, task, task update. Now for each task, you can edit the date. You can also change each task to completed or live. If I change it to completed, which you can see here, now you can also have the option to edit or delete this task. Now, only an admin can delete a task or delete a project. You will see again here, if I go to the project list, as an admin, I have the ability to delete a project. Non-admins cannot. But every user can see every project, and every user can allocate tasks to any project, and every user can change the task owner, but only an admin can change the project owner. So again, coming back to my tasks, there's a list, and you can see here for if I only show completed, you can see here. So that's the main way that the product works. It really is as simple as that. You can delete projects. Admins can also add users, which we can do here. And you can add a standard user, or you can add another admin. If you delete a user, then you're going to be asked to transfer that user's projects and tasks to another user. So, and you can't do that by individual tasks and projects. You're just going to choose one user, and all the deleted users' projects and tasks will immediately be transferred over to the user that you choose. I won't delete it. I won't delete that user now. Then Flowfox also automatically sends an email every night at midnight to all of your users that shows all current live tasks by user and by project. So you get that update every night at midnight. But in addition, you can also set specific email alerts. Now, what you can see here is you can turn email alert on or off. So we're currently enabled, and you can put any one email address there. Now, what we've done is we've set up a channel in Teams so that every update, so that is a new task is added, a task is updated, or when a task is assigned to a new user, instantly an email is sent into our Teams channel, and we all get an update in Teams so that we can see that the tasks. And it's a way for us to be reminded by our messaging system how that every time there is an update to a task. You can integrate this using this method into Slack, into Rocket Chat, and there are instructions on our website on how to do this. You could also just set up a group email and send these alerts just to a group email as well. So with that, that is the overview of Flowfox. If you have any other questions, please do email us on the website address on our website.